just tiny drink.
Oh, thank you.
Really fascinating.
I think one of the things I do remember that was quite bad in a way, John and I were sat there and we were watching the monitors, every noise of the monitor, every bleep of the monitor, and it was just, all of a sudden, it was just a very subtle bleep. The doctors came in and pushed us out of the way. I had not a clue that he had stopped breathing. And that happened several times. But when you're a parent and you're watching all this for the very first time, you don't know what's going on. We didn't have a clue. It wasn't as if there was a sudden shift in, the monitor going beep louder or beep lower. We just didn't know. When everything happened, it was just like a whirlwind to us both. When you see your son there, and he's covered he's got tubes coming out of every part of his body, in his throat, and everything else, it's a horrible thing. I felt scared. John and I had conversations with the doctors, and they discussed Jonathan's lifespan. But initially, it was a bit bleak, for want of a better word, because they wasn't sure if Jonathan was going to pull through. Especially with the heart muscle being so thick, that in itself could stop his heart. After doing all the initial checks and they removed all Jonathan's tubes, they were heavily monitoring him. He was still kept in ICU anyway. They said that they'd have to monitor him to a certain point. They gave up the odds in a way. They said it'd be like 4 out of 10. So the odds weren't that great.
Oh, thanks, man. Cheers.
When we brought him home, after being in hospital for such a long time, when I saw pictures of what Jonathan looked like prior to hospital and pictures after that, I could actually see the difference. His face was a lot brighter. I've never really asked you how you felt about it.
I suppose I'd say growing up, I was a little bit... in some ways I liked it. I was thinking like,
I do remember when I told you about your scar. You said you're quite proud of that. That's my war wound.
I still am.
Yeah.
Because I think that
I don't remember
it's
you going
what I
forward,
became. But it's what I became known for. You know what I mean? Be it in PE or be it just, I was the guy with the scar. When I was younger, I think psychologically, it affected me because I was always like, can I do this? Can I do that? Like you'd almost like hold back.
Don't get me wrong. The scar used to weird me out until you said what you said. Not because of what you think.
Yeah.
Only because, from my perspective, you were put in a coma.
Yes. Yeah.
Your ribcage is cracked open.
Yeah.
That in my head, that's like majorly, gets into your head.
Yeah.
Even to this day, it used to make me feel. It just gave me butterflies in my tummy. But when you said to me, it felt like it was like a war wound, it eats some of that off.
The thing is, obviously, I don't have any. I obviously don't remember it really. So you don't have any like trauma. I thought it was cool, personally, but I didn't always like show it, if that made sense. Once I got to my teenage years, got a little bit older, as you do, and going off to university and doing the things that you need to do as a person, I felt like that's when it really became more of like a power, if you like, because you were like, I've had this happen to me, and this is probably the worst thing that physically has happened to me in my life. And I'm still here, and I'm still doing this, and you're sort of like kicking ass doing what you're doing. So then I thought, okay, cool. Being a kid that grew up with a heart condition, had many insecurities around it, and then actually embracing it as I got older, and seeing it as something to be proud of, really. I'm living proof, really, that you can still have a full life. Those that are having these same surgeries today, that they don't need to feel self-conscious. So yeah, just be yourself, go out there and get what you want.
See you grow and get stronger. It was made your dad and I very proud, and seeing the man you've become and what you've accomplished. My sincere thoughts is that you have a brilliant and fulfilled life, and I can see that you're making the strides to stay healthy, and I'm glad of that, and eating properly, and you're getting married next year. You've got a fantastic and beautiful fiance as well. No, I'm proud of you, baby, and I love you.
I love it.
Congenital heart disease is the most common birth defect, affecting 13 babies a day in the UK. You can download a range of congenital heart disease toolkits from the Heart Research UK website. Please visit heartresearch.org.uk for more information.